Kay, his eyes tiny behind the lenses of his glasses. "Please sit down." "Thank you. It's about the election," said Kay. "This parish council election. You're standing, aren't you, against Miles Mollison?" "That's right," said Colin nervously. He knew who she must be, the reporter who'd wanted to talk to Crystal. They had tracked him down. Tessa ought not to have let her in. "I was wondering whether I could help in any way," said Kay. "I'm a social worker, mostly working in the fields. There are some facts and figures I could give you about the Bell Chapel Addiction Clinic, which Mollison seems quite keen on closing. I've been told that you're for the clinic, that you'd like to keep it open." The onrush of relief and pleasure made him almost giddy. "Oh, yes," said Colin. "Yes, I would. Yes, that was my predecessor's. That is to say, the previous holder of the seat, Barry Fairbrother, was certainly opposed to closing the clinic, and I am too. Well, I've had conversations with Miles Mollison, and he made it quite clear that he doesn't think the clinic's worth keeping open. Frankly, I think he's rather ignorant and naive about the causes and treatment of addiction, and about the very real difference Bell Chapel is making. If the parish refuses to renew the lease on the building, and the district cuts funding, then there's a danger that some very vulnerable people will be left without support." Yes, I see," said Colin. "Oh, yes, I agree." He was astonished and flattered that this attractive young woman would have walked through the evening to find him and offer herself as an ally. "Would you like a cup of tea or coffee, Kay?" asked Tessa. "Oh, thanks very much," said Kay. "Tea, please, Tessa, no sugar." Fats was in the kitchen, helping himself from the fridge. He ate copiously and continually, but remained scrawny, never putting on an ounce of weight. In spite of his openly declared disgust for them, he seemed unaffected by Tessa's pack of ready-filled syringes, which sat in a clinical white box next to the cheese. Tessa moved to the kettle, and her thoughts returned to the subject that had consumed her ever since Sukhvinder had suggested it earlier, that Fats and Crystal were seeing each other. She had not questioned Fats, and she had not told Colin. The more that Tessa thought about it, the more certain she was that it could not be true. She was sure that Fats held himself in such high regard that no girl would be good enough, especially a girl like Crystal. Surely he would not. Demean himself, is that it? Is that what you think? "Who's here?" Fats asked Tessa through a mouthful of cold chicken as she put on the kettle. "A woman who wants to help Dad get elected to the